Hey fellas, congrats if you looked at the previous video and took some longs or bought on spot some assets, because we were talking about how this intersection of supports is going to play out perfectly for our bonds, at least local one, and we were telling that we need to cover this inefficiency here and up to 2150 at least, and we even overperformed here. And why this level was so important, because I told you there were plenty of reasons that we need at least locally we needed to hold this level, because it is, first of all, it is our midterm trend line that I was talking about since January, right after we broke this 2017 all-time high, which is the second reason why this support was so significant. Also, we can look at another chart and we can see enable the 21 moving average, and it was right here upon the logarithmic charts contra trend line, which served as our support here. And definitely this was the one that we at least locally needed to feel the reaction, and we felt this reaction precisely as you can see. And 21 moving average is very important, because if you know and you researched how the price moves and direction, how changes and how impacts on the price direction this 21 moving average, you would know that it is historically proven to be very significant for the market prediction. And this reaction was strong, and on the fundamental news that some government decided to help and save those banks, not actually save themselves, but they will allow somebody to buy them, apparently, I guess. So no clarification about this at the moment. Tomorrow will be the meeting and we will find out more details, which can either result in a further pump or in the reversal direction. But if you look at the weekly time frame, what we can see here, we have left this uncovered week. This pump actually on the weekly looks like we will have to cover it sooner or later, and this can happen in any order. Basically, we can start recovering it this week, or we can either on some kind of facilitating news can continue to go up to this level, maybe like this, having some, let's look at the Kijun, and okay, it is far away and for expansion, but we will come for the recovery, and there is no guarantee. Of course, there would be possibility that we will retest and we'll go higher, but if we lose it, then definitely we are going much lower, and this is a reason to watch this level again. And but at altcoins, this candle looks like we need to recover it now, meaning this week, and the sooner we do that, the better. Why? Because if we recover it like this and we will pump back up above, then definitely we become very bullish. And let's look at at this chart, because it is clearer to see here. What we can see here, these uncovered candles, why do we always cover them, and how we do that? As you can see, the first example here, we had this one, we recovered it right at the moment we recovered this candle, uncovered with these inefficiencies. Then we bought back and we started the bull run. The second one here, another one, we left it uncovered here, started to pump immediately, and then we went back and going further down. Next one, and these are very interesting and very important ones, I guess, in my opinion. Here, let's look at the 2020 year when we dumped on the news of COVID. We have the two ones again Here we didn't cover it, left it uncovered and started to pump heavily, and everybody got bullish because it was some kind of small golden cross here, and we left another one right upon this resistance. And what happened next? We tried to pump, we onboarded a lot of longs and a lot of enthusiasts, and what happened next? Now we have a much bigger candle here, like this one. So basically in the coming weeks we want to either start slowly descending, rejecting and descending, or expanding and descending back to this line, and maybe after that from this one we will pump, but no guarantees at the moment. We are talking about the local situation, that this candle won't give us the peace until we recover it. It will always be our weight that drags us down. So basically pay attention to this, and let's look at the big CME chart. What we have here, basically this is a non-existent gap already, but this one is existent one. On a 4-hour time frame we can see that the week and the trading on CME opened with this kind of gap, which is going to be covered sooner or later, and I'm expecting that. And if you will talk about the local situation here, let's enable our Gijun and super trend. I can see some possibilities in the coming days, not coming days, even soon maybe. Today we are going to meet this resistance. We can try to do something like that, or we will find to 2130 to 21200. We are going to retest maybe, and then for expansion. So basically we need to follow this, because on the daily time frame, as you can see, everything becomes very tough here, but still there are reasons to consider that we are not going to break this immediately from this spot. Basically we are going to will be reluctant here, and we are going to slide a little bit down, in my opinion. Then we have the super trend support. Who knows, maybe we'll break it and reclaim it, then we'll become very bullish here. If not, if we break it, then definitely we will retest this once and we will go lower. This is what I'm expecting. I'm not expecting this kind of resistance to be broken soon. At least today, I think we are going for the retest at least of the 21,300 locally. So, and I expect it to happen soon. So basically pay attention to that if you can. And then let's look at some altcoins. Basically what we have here on the weekly time frame, Solana, as you can see, we have this resistance of the 30 AMA moving average, I guess, not 7 moving average resistance here, and we have this weekly week again, and we will have to recover it. And who knows how it is going to happen, whether we do it like this and then we will get back, or we dump immediately. From what I see right now, I think we are going soon. I think those remarks that the officials made today and made the market to recover so fast and with such a big buyback candles, I don't think that is what is going to happen, and what we will hear tomorrow after the urgent meeting. There will be some bad news, in my opinion, that will make the assets of the crypto to come back down. And as you can see here on Solana, I had this local resistance here, and I wanted to see how this is going to end. For example, on the daily we have, if we retest here 1950 here, 1945 and we will buy back. I don't know what is going to happen here. I don't see us kind of breaking this level. Why? Because if we will break it, we had this strong candle here. What we can see here, it probably would go and break this strong resistance and will become bullish. But from what I see on the charts, I don't think this is going to happen. There is possibility that we'll close the daily something like this, and we'll start to pull back a little bit and slide upon this line and try the last possibility to break this one's rejection, and then we are going lower. Why do I think it? If we get this daily very aggressive like here, let's look at it. If it closes something like this here, only lower, for example, like this with the red engulfing candle, some kind of it, then definitely tomorrow we are opening, retesting this one, and we are going lower straight to $12,000. Why is that? Because definitely I see that we will be back here. We have this inefficiency. I see this uncovered, although we tried to draw here some kind of wick. Sorry. And we tried to draw this kind of wick to recover it, but it is, in my opinion, too high. We needed at least to recover it up to this level. So definitely, and some other assets have it even worse looking and more bearish looking. So I'm not claiming what is going to happen right here, but there are, as we can see on the weekly, it begs us to go lower and to recover this week. And definitely if we go to the for the recovery of this week, we can get very heavy and continue right upon our trend line at $13. Unless, of course, after the recovery we get bought back very significantly and get back above $19, and then we become bullish until 28, I guess, the next range resistance. Definitely be careful with Solana and the market in general, you know. Let's look at the Litecoin. This was what I was, and this is also one of the most bearish at the moment assets, in my opinion. Why? You remember what I talked about in the previous video? I told you to try, at least try locally. We see this global trend line, and I told you we will feel its power and the reaction upon it will happen. I told you to buy at $70, at least spot, not with leverage, not longing, whatever. I was telling you to try and buy at $70. We had some kind of break here, fake out, small deviation, and we are back above it. And as you can see, precisely $70 would make you the profit. Here is the $70, and here's your profit here from 70. Let's get it, 14%, and locally we still can move up to this level, up to 85, I guess, potentially. Maybe we'll try to do something like this. There is no guarantee here, but this level, to try to short it here would make a sense for me, because we have this range, long time range resistance, and we have this again, we have the first local trend line here, which is going to serve as resistance for us. And then after we retest this global trend line again, you can definitely close your short, and you will have to look from this time on. If we hold it, consolidate upon it, or hold it and we start pumping, reclaiming this, then this is bullish and it is going much higher and it becomes very bullish, as you can see, reclaiming. But our Kijune's support would be, as you can see, would be something like this, and we are bullish. But as you can see, this candle that we closed here gives me some completely other expectations and other vibes. This is a strong resistance right now, and this is still a drawing. Let me remove it. As you can see, this is the 30 moving average resistance. This is the 7 days moving average resistance. We probably can either start dumping. This is the resistance points. We either get for the retest from here, or we still squeeze up to this one and 85 like we mentioned, and we within the week we are going to squeeze back under it, and the rest is going to decide the market. So in my opinion, we are going to retest this $70 again, and if we retest it, as I said, if we retest it and we have a strong buyback, then we are bullish. If we lose it upon the retest, then definitely, and close below it on the daily, then definitely it is a bailout, and we are going right where I was suggesting. And I told you, and I thought probably that I made a mistake with my expectations that we will be back here upon this major support. And technically now it also would make some kind of sense. Why? Because everybody is expecting the LTC halving and everybody's bullish on it, and everybody was buying, especially in this area when everything started to pump and LTC was becoming very strong and everybody was buying. I saw that people were buying in the 70s, in the 90s, 80s, $100. Everybody was buying and believing in LTC and were excited about the halving. Maybe, who knows, maybe we all will be, the retailers will be screwed with their expectations, and we will get back here. They will be dropping and cursing this LTC, and after that we'll start the pump. It is only a scenario. I'm not claiming that this is going to happen, but what I'm claiming that we are going for that retest. In my opinion, this is very likely of $69 retest is going to happen, in my opinion. Also, we have another uncovered wick here upon $50. So think for yourself what you are expecting, but be cautious, guys. Also, I was talking about OP here. Let's look at the daily first. Before we had this pump today, I posted my one of my expectations here. I was expecting we either retest this previous all-time high that we broke here at $2.20 and get rejected, but that was not quite accurate. I was thinking that we probably will have some fake out and some kind of deviation, but this is what I drew here. And or if we wouldn't have that pump, we would go straight to 160, 140, 150, 130, 43, who knows. But we had this pump and now it changes. Yeah, I mean that I understand why we went higher than I expected here. I wasn't shorting and placing any orders here because of course I needed to look at it real time and decide what kind of candle we have and what kind of speed is of that candle. Everything should be counted here. But since we broke this global trend line and we had, I told you in my videos and tweets, we had this double top, it was a no-brainer for me that we are going down up to $1.80, $1.60, and we went 177 precisely. The prediction was came to life, as you can see, and this pump definitely I was taking into consideration these previous all-time highs, how we had this reaction, but we shouldn't be surprised that we broke it so fast because, as you can see, we chopped it so much already, and we have some other resistances, and the next one 248 8,250 seemed precise here, and I also thought about it. I just didn't mention it. Yeah, if we have something like this and tomorrow we get some rejection, we can go lower, right? Something like that. Or we can try. I simply do not see us breaking this strong resistance of super trend. Maybe some kind of, I don't know. No, I don't see it. The angle of this trend line is very big, because let me explain it clearly to you. Let me be more clear here. After the double top here, and if we go for something like that, we'll have to feel this resistance again here, and what is going to happen? We will draw even bigger double top, and what is going to happen with this coin? And but that wouldn't surprise me actually. What would have happened with it, because then it would be, the neckline would be here and the dump will start, and we will be back to this supports here, and that wouldn't surprise me, because the total supply of this asset are more than 4 billion tokens. Are you kidding me? And incentivization, giving away for free for usage of the Optimism related products and trading platforms, that will only depreciate this asset. So it was clear to me that these assets like OP, APT were pumping so bad only because it was the market makers' work only to make it possible. So if they knew that the market is going lower, they needed to prepare some safety measures so their asset wouldn't fall that deep, so it would take ages for it to recover in the future. So definitely this level is very good one to try and short, and we have the help of Kijun, Sandshift, and Super Trend. If we try to do something in the days to come, maybe some kind of break under. Actually, it is kind of hard here to predict. In my opinion, it was worth trying here. 2048, 2240, and with the Kijun resistance. Each time we touch the Kijun here, in my opinion, it is an opportunity to short. And even after this huge buyback, you know, because if we look at the weekly, what we have, this is not a good idea. This is what I was talking about when I told you about the double top, meaning we had one on the daily. This was the double top. Then think about the weekly double top. That would be scary, because we have this neckline is drawn by this wick that we left here. Let me explain it. And we imagine that we draw something like this, and this is going to be where is the neckline is going to happen. It is going to be here, and the dump here is guaranteed. So definitely I don't think somebody needs that. And this weekly closing, and this, as you can see, we have this 7-day, the 7 EMA resistance here, and it holds at this moment. If we close above it, then probably we'll try something, but I think we are set for maybe not immediate, but slight rejection, at least to 170, and maybe apparently into this zone. Definitely we will sooner or later. So basically, if you are interested and you are considering to invest in OP, I wouldn't advise it categorically, because when we have a week like that, you never buy something when you have some kind of week uncovered. Take some be patient and wait for it at least to be back to recover this and find some support of trend line or other indicators or helpers for you. So definitely OP is not for buying, in my opinion here, and it is worth. I would short it also here if I would understand that we would dump, but immediately or soon, But on this daily, it is too tight and too close, because the price is stuck within this EMA, 70 EMA, and 30 EMA. So definitely it is going to go up and down, in my opinion, here within this day. And tomorrow maybe we'll have some conclusion, and if we close again under this, retest it some kind of, and go under this, then there's possibility that we are going down. And if we lose this again, then definitely if we lose 220 again, then definitely we are dumping further. So take a look at it and pay attention to this. What else can we talk about? About MINA, something interesting here. I don't know. MINA, it looks kind of horrible to me at the moment. Remember, I was talking to you, and we have left on the MINA. We have left clearly uncovered wick, but I hope that it is going to cover it some kind of like this retest here and trying higher or whatever, and we will try to dump gradually and slowly. Then we will recover it without any significant losses. If this week there will not be any dumps, huge dumps. For example, if we would go under it, recover it, and start to buy back, then it becomes safe for MINA. If it dumps with a heavy red candle that dives and closes under this counter trend line that was holding us before, if we dive back under it, this is a bad situation for us. It can dump way lower where nobody expected before. So definitely we need to hold this 153 area to be safe. Let's look at other chart that we have, maybe something clearer out there. Yeah, no, this is what I expected for us to pump here, and we have this here. I have a more precise range support here that was holding for many times as support and resistance, as you can see, and we held it this time again, and I told you pay attention to this one, and as you can see, it plays out very good at the moment. Basically, if in the coming days we try to recover it, then probably if we recover it, then we can try to for the recovery to the upside. Of course, there will be resistance here again, we will be back, but it is important for us locally to hold 157. So be very attentive, then pay attention to this. And what else about SNX? We had a very aggressive candle here, and it got bought back immediately. And again, we have this uncovered wick, and yeah, we bought back here. We recovered what? We recovered this daily Kijun, as you can see. Kijun has become our support again, but what we can see from the super trend perspective here and from trend lines, basically we lost this more global kind of midterm trend line. This was the local one and this was the global one, and for this time, and we lost it and we broke this bullish super trend. So now what we have to do, we need to retest this super trend, and if we today or tomorrow we fail to break it, meaning breaking this line, if we do something like this, then we will try If we break it, we will try for the retest, and we are going higher, and probably are going to be bullish. I'm not seeing this for this moment. If I more see something like this, retest, try to hit, and we lose it, and then we are becoming then we confirm. If we don't break this super trend and we get back and under it, then we confirm that the trend for SNX has changed, and we go straight to our targets that I set since January. 170, 160, that would be a good spot buy for a longer term, in my opinion. So be careful about it. Also, we need to follow how the monthly is going to close, especially in Bitcoin, because it will define a lot. And on any altcoin you trade, we also need to follow. We need to follow the monthly and each further high time frame. Also, I wanted to discuss some kind of assets that low capital assets that I recommended to you in my previous videos in January. At the beginning of the January, I recommended you to buy or consider buying VELO, the top DEX on the Optimism ecosystem. As you can see, what we have here. This was the moment, 8th of January. This is where I recommended it. It was somewhere more than $2, 2 and 7, I don't know, don't remember exactly. And look how high it went. It gave the biggest profit of all the altcoins I saw during these 2 months of rally. It gave us 10x from the moment I recommended it. Actually, I didn't get it because I was choosing between two of them, VELO and LYRA, and I decided to buy gradually, and so I bought LYRA. It also made some profit, good profit, but not that good. And it made 10x. Who was listening to my videos and bought it, congratulations, you made a huge profit in 2 months like nobody else did. And definitely I started to draw this. We have some, what we have here, we have ranges, lower ranges, and we have these trend lines from our run. So basically the all-time high here was 27 cents, and this is the overall all-time high here. And now we went back, and this is the main global trend line of this run. And what I'm expecting here, and I shared this on my Twitter account today, I'm expecting, and this is kind of happened, I expected some kind of bounce from here, and maybe sooner or later I guess we will come for the retest of this line exactly, and there will be the decision point here. We either upon 11-10 cents we are going either start pumping, and if the Bitcoin and the market turns bullish, definitely it is going to continue the pump. And if the situation goes sideways, and especially Bitcoin starts to go for the recovery of their uncovered wicks and drags the altcoins with it, of course we will see further descending of VELO, and definitely you need to follow this trend line. It is the most important one, because if we lose it and close below it, then definitely it falls at to the intersection of our ranges, previous range resistance, which will become our support, our counter trend line, our global trend line here, yellow. So definitely buying it in the area from 4 to 6 cents is a great catch, in my opinion. I think VELO with this run has proved to us that during the actual bull run this is the DeFi project of the top layer 2 network on Ethereum is going to be on fire. And definitely this run proved to me that it is worth buying it. So definitely if we come back to 4-6 cents area, I'm going to buy it. What about LYRA? Well, LYRA, whatever you call it. So definitely what we see here, its low was somewhere at $4, somewhere here, even lower, yeah, 4 or 5 cents. And what we can see, it was trading in range. It was released in not long ago, at the end of the 2021. So basically what we can see here, we see a clear range here. 4 cents is our bottom, and somewhere 42 cents is our top of the range and the mid range. And we have marked with this run, with this 2-month bullish run, we marked it's almost 23 cents. We almost touched our mid of this range, and we retested it, got rejected, then we are going lower, of course. And what we are expecting here, I'm expecting the price eventually to come for the retest of this trend line. I can call it global because it lasts from the June, okay, midterm, or the asset has not a lot of history, but I think if we come back here, retest it here locally, get rejected, then we are going back to 8 cents, 9 cents, maybe 10 cents. I would say, I would consider, if you believe in LYRA and you want to buy a safe good price, definitely do that if we come back to 8-9 cents, maybe 10 cents. It depends on your equity and your expectations and how long you are going to hold it. So these are my thoughts. I think LYRA is going to be in the top, among the top assets in the options trading, decentralized options trading, and they are building the options market. I was discussing it in my Twitter threads. So definitely it is worth paying attention. It is now the leader, but this segment is very young, so the possibilities of LYRA are very good. I'm expecting at least 90 cents, $1.20, who knows. Okay, good luck.